Good morning, thanks for joining. Let's take a little trip this morning, FSD, to Maddie's Coffee Shop in Oklahoma City. Take me to Maddie's Coffee Shop. Calculates the route. Looks like, fasten my seatbelt. Press and hold start FSD. And we should back ourselves out of the driveway. And here we go. This is a gated community, 55 and over. I'm 69, and I swear some days I think I'm the youngest person in the neighborhood. There's one gate to come in and one gate to go out. As we go out this gate, we'll see how FSD negotiates it. Sometimes it struggles.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Sonoma Drive.
Sometimes it struggles on this gate. Some people in the street here. There's Glenn. Couple dog walkers. Comes a car coming, probably going to go out the gate as well. Well, we won't see much about the gate activity today because this car is going to make it open for us.
Now turn right onto Northwest.
Sometimes FSD doesn't pull up close enough to the gate, it doesn't open, so I have to kind of nudge it forward with the accelerator. Sometimes it starts through and stops and finally decides it's clear enough to go. So here we are. Coming up on 159th Street, sometimes cars come whizzing down here from the left. FSD negotiates the turn, no problem.
In 500 feet, turn left onto North Pennsylvania Avenue.
Going to be a pretty straight, boring shot down Pennsylvania to Maddie's. We're going to go left here at the light, and we're going to keep straight for several miles before we turn right again. I've lived in this neighborhood since January, and it's nice and quiet. I never hear sound inside the house. The house next to me was being roofed the last couple of days, so it sounded like a bunch of gunshots going off over there. Guys pounding in new shingles, but besides that, it's a very nice, quiet place to live. So the light turns green, and here we go. Turn it left on North Pennsylvania Avenue. Most of you already know this, but FSD, the scroll wheel here on the right, you determine what's the max speed you want it to drive in FSD. Speed limit here is 40, so I'm going to set it like at 46, 6 miles over the speed limit. Probably slow enough not to catch the attention of any police officer unless they're having a very boring day. I bought this car May 21st, and at first, full self-driving kind of scared me. I wasn't sure of it, but after my initial 30 days ran out, I subscribed to the $99 a month plan, and I use FSD almost everywhere I go. The car's fun to drive, it's quick, it's nimble, so sometimes I don't put on FSD, I just like to drive the car, but here, especially on city streets and traffic, I just use FSD almost every single drive. It's really amazing technology. It makes very few mistakes. Of course, it's supervised FSD, so you have to be kind of on guard to make sure that the car has clearance or whatever it's doing is correct. But very, very few interventions on my part with FSD. Cruising along at 42 miles an hour. I took the car last night out to my granddaughter's softball game in Shawnee, Oklahoma, about 45 miles east of Oklahoma City. The car did great. I left with 76%. Got back home with about 38. Car picked a great route. There's some construction out there, so it routed around that, going out, and came back through it on the way back, which I wasn't really fond of, but there was a lot less traffic, so it seems like the car knew that, okay, going out, there's a lot more traffic, coming back, not quite as bad, let's do it. So I think today, when I go out there, she has a 2:15 ball game, I think today I will choose the route coming back to avoid all the construction zone. This mapping software in this, with the way it picks your chargers if you need them, giving you different, no, don't go left turn lane. We don't want to go left. I'm not sure. Sometimes the lane change choices in FSD are confusing. There's 5 cars in the left lane behind at the light. There's no cars in the right lane that I was in, and the cars wanting to change lanes to the left. I have no idea why. I was able to move the stalk on the steering wheel back to the right, and the car stayed in the right-hand lane. I'm not sure if I do that every time. It's something I need to test a little further, but it worked that time. Here I am, the first car in line at the light. If the car had changed lanes like it wanted to, I would be 5 cars back. After this next light, I think I'll go ahead and end this video. I set up a new Osmo Action 5 Pro camera. I tried it last week and it didn't get as much of the windshield as I wanted, so I got an extension arm in last night. I tried that, and this is my first video using the extension arm. I think it shows more of the windshield and a better view from the driver's point of view, and also includes the screen for FSD, a little bit of the steering wheel, and maybe the scroll wheel area you can see when I'm driving, I hope. So we'll go ahead and negotiate through the next light. This is probably one of the busiest intersections in Oklahoma City. When you look at the traffic today, you're thinking that's not traffic. Well, today it's 9:17 a.m. on a Saturday morning, so there's not a whole lot of traffic out yet. But later on today, this North Pennsylvania and everything else will be all stacked up waiting at that light. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 times light changes before you get to the intersection. He did do some construction a while back and put in a Texas turnaround on east and west sides, which makes it a lot better. All right, so the day is Saturday the 12th of July. Cloudy out today, pretty good chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. We've had a lot of rain in June, so far in July, which is very unusual for this time of year. But this is FSD 2025 or 26 as you want to call it. Tesla Model Y. I've had the car since May 21st. So far, I love most things about it. A few little nitpicky things here and there. But it's the first 45 days I've owned the vehicle. It's definitely the best vehicle I've ever driven. That car they're pulling out, I was hoping they were going to stay in their same lane, and they did. But sometimes I wonder. FSD didn't wonder, it stayed right in its own lane. This guy's got a souped up Chevy Impala. He thinks he's something. Little does he know, this car would make him like a dot in the rearview mirror. All right, here we go, Northwest 122nd, Pennsylvania. I'm going to end the video for the day. Thanks for watching.